check! It's English O'Clock! Ang pag-aaral ng English upang madaling matutunan, bakit hindi natin simplihan? Halika! Manood at makinig sa English Teacher ni Juan!
Kung bago ka pa lang sa channel na to, huwag kang matakot. I made learning English easy for you. Please like, comment, and subscribe. At pakishare mo na rin sa iba para marami pang mga Juan na gaya mo ang matuto. Hello everyone! This is our target most essential learning competency for this video. Compose an independent critique of a chosen selection. So again, this is our target MELC. Compose an independent critique of a chosen selection. The term critique is derived from the word criticism. And for the term selection, we are referring to literary selection. So, for this particular lesson, we will be targeting to compose a literary critique. Actually, critique papers are not only intended for literary works like poems, short stories, and novels, but also, pwede ka ring magsulat ng critique paper for a book, films or movies, research studies, and even artworks. Ang unang tanong, what is critiquing? Critiquing is something that you do every day, but you are not just aware that it is already a form of critiquing. For example, when buying a new dress, you might ask yourself, bagay kaya sa akin ang kulay na to? Okay kaya ang style o masyadong formal? Bagay sana, kaso masyadong masikip sa baywang. These are things na pwede mong i-consider, and the act itself is a form of critiquing. Critique or critical analysis is a technique that aims to study, discuss, evaluate, and interpret literary works. The format of a critique could vary. Pwede kang pasulatin ni teacher ng isang critique which could be in a form of a critical essay, an article evaluating a literary piece, or a review. But today, what I'll be teaching you is how to write a critical essay of a literary selection. Now, why do we critique? Bakit nga ba kailangan pang gawan ng critique paper, let's say ang isang maikling kwento o tulang nabasa mo? First is, to know its overall value. Sa pamamagitan ng pagsulat ng isang critique, ay maaari mong ilahad sa mga kapwa mo readers ang pananaw mo kung karapat-dapat bang basahin ang akda. May kabuluhan ba ang nilalaman nito? May itinuturo ba itong magandang aral? And also, through a person's critique paper, we can determine the work's strengths and weaknesses. Ibig sabihin, aling aspeto ba ng akda ang sa palagay mo ay nakadagdag ng ganda o kaya naman ay nagpahina sa akda? Alin ang mga sa palagay mo ay weak points or strong points nito? Remember, although the term critique has a negative connotation, you can also appraise a literary work's beauty and strong points. Hindi porket sinabing critique ay puro weak points lang ng isang akda ang i-include mo. Now, these are the parts of a critique essay. It has introduction, summary, analysis, and conclusion. Ano-ano ba ang dapat mong ilagay sa introduction? So dito, you have to state the title of the work and the author's name. You also have to outline main ideas and identify the author's thesis. Sa part na to, sasabihin mo kung tungkol saan yung literary work na binasa mo at kung ano yung gustong i-point ng author kung bakit niya ito sinulat. All of this should be objective. Pag sinabing objective, hindi mo hahaluan ng sarili mong opinyon. Your answers here should be based on the text alone. After this, you have to state naman your own thesis statement and your main idea about the work. This is how you view the work. Ano yung purpose nito? What is the aim? Sometimes, your thesis statement and ideas are somehow different from the author's because your opinion depends on how you perceive and understand the message of the text. So on this part, your answers are subjective, meaning it is based on your own perception. Sa summary naman, this is also objective since the summary should depend only on the flow of the story. You have to summarize the text in your own words. Huwag mong i-copy-paste from another source. Here is the third part, the analysis. Your answer here is subjective because it depends on your own understanding and interpretation of the text. So here, you have to state what you like and do not like about the text. And also, you have to interpret and evaluate the text based on how the text is organized, the style and rhetoric, how effective the message is, whether or not the author did justice to the message, and how the text appealed to its target audience. And lastly, the conclusion. This part is also subjective for it depends on how you compose your thoughts and understanding about the selection. On this part, you may restate your thesis in new words, summarize your main ideas, if possible, with new and stronger words. And also, you may include a call to action. For example, if you want to recommend or encourage other people to read the text, you may say it here. But remember, you should avoid introducing your ideas by stating, I think, or in my opinion. You have to keep the focus on the subject of your analysis and not on yourself, because identifying your opinions weakens them. So now, are you ready to compose a critique? This time, we will read a selection. Then afterwards, I'll show you a sample critique based on it. I guess some of you are familiar or have heard about this story already. So, let's begin. The Necklace by Henry René Guy de Maupassant. Mathilde, or Madame Loisel, was a pretty young lady. Though born to a family of clerks, she believed herself entitled to a life of luxury. Knowing she had no chance of bettering her situation, Madame Loisel married a clerk in the office of the Board of Education. She was unhappy with her apartment with its worn-down walls and chairs. While her husband enjoyed the simple comforts of a pot pie, Madame Loisel dreamed of exquisitely prepared dinners and shining silver dishes. One day, her husband came home delighted. He handed an envelope to Madame Loisel. The envelope contained an invitation to a ball hosted by the Minister of Public Instruction. Instead of being delighted, Madame Loisel was upset. Her husband, surprised, remarked that it should make her happy since it was a rare honor. Madame Loisel, in turn, informed her husband that she had no suitable dress for the occasion. She asked him to give the invitation to someone better outfitted for it than her. Her husband, consolingly, asked her to buy a new dress. Though he had been saving money for a new gun, he gives that amount to his wife to buy a new dress. As the day of the ball approached, Monsieur Loisel noticed that his wife was upset even though her dress was ready. Upon asking, she replied that she had no jewel to wear with her dress. Her husband told Mathilde to ask her friend, Madame Forestier, to lend one of her jewels to her. So, Madame Loisel visited Madame Forestier the next day to ask for a jewel. Madame Forrester graciously opened her jewel box and asked her to choose. Matilda tried a few jewels but was not happy with either of them. So Madame Forrester opened another case of jewels for Matilda to try out. Suddenly, Matilda noticed a beautiful diamond necklace in a black satin box. Matilda was entranced by the diamond necklace. Hesitatingly, she asked Madame Forrester whether she could borrow the necklace. Madame Forrester agreed, and Matilda went home with the necklace happily. At the ball, Matilda was a huge success. She was the most elegant and prettiest of all the ladies, and enjoyed the attention and admiration of men. She danced and enjoyed herself till early in the morning. At 4 o'clock, the Loisels left the minister's residence. Not wanting the other rich ladies to see her shabby coat, Matilda hurried down the steps despite her husband's protests. They had to walk for a while before they found a carriage which would take them home. Once home, Matilda removed her coat to admire herself one last time. However, once she did so, she realized that the necklace was missing. Monsieur Loisel, though tired, went out in the cold night to look for the necklace but could not find it. The next day, he put an ad in the paper and asked Matilda to write to Madame Forrester saying she had broken a clasp. Monsieur Loisel then realized that their only option was to replace the necklace. They found a similar necklace in a shop, which they could buy for 36,000 francs. Monsieur Loisel used all his savings and borrowed the rest of the money to buy the necklace. Madame Loisel then returned the necklace to Madame Forrester. The Loisels now were in debt. They had to change homes, and Matilda learned kitchen work to help her husband repair their debt. Her husband worked days and nights, taking on any work to repay the money they had borrowed. All this work took a toll on Madame Loisel. She lost her good looks. She had red hands and spoke in a loud tone. She no longer had time for daydreaming, but sometimes she would sit and remember the night of the ball. One day, while taking a walk, she saw Madame Forrester with her child. She decided to approach Madame Forrester. Madame Forrester was surprised by Matilda's appearance. Matilda then told her the story of the necklace and how it changed her life. On hearing this, Madame Forrester exclaimed that her necklace was not even worth 500 francs. Here is a sample critique of the story we've just read. Here is how the writer of this critique composed the introduction. Henry René Albert Guy de Maupassant's The Necklace is a short story that describes the tale of Mathilde Loisel and the experience she had with a diamond necklace. Mathilde's character was introduced as one who is not happy about her social standing. The author managed to highlight the travails of life one entertains as a result of being class conscious. This story mirrors the author's understanding of the French society of his time. It is very clear that the writer mentioned the title of the text and the name of the author. Then, the thesis statement of the author is in yellow. These parts are objective. Now, the statement highlighted in purple is the writer's own idea and thesis statement, and therefore is subjective. Here now is the summary part which is solely based on the flow of the story. This part is objective since you don't have to involve your opinion here. Again, you should summarize it in your own words. Summary can be as short as one paragraph. The analysis, on the other hand, is subjective. It is the time that you include your opinions and interpretation of the text. Again, you may state here what you like and do not like about the text. Also, interpret and evaluate the text based on how the text is organized, the style and rhetoric, how effective the message is, whether or not the author did justice to the message, and how the text appealed to its target audience. Lastly, here is how the conclusion was composed. It also depends on the writer on how he or she will make the ending of the critique, and therefore is also subjective in nature. But as for suggestion, you may restate the thesis in new words, summarize the main ideas, if possible, with new and stronger words, and you may also include a call to action.
So did you learn something today? Sure ako na hindi ka na nosebleed. If you want more of this video tutorial and learn English in a light speed, huwag kalimutang mag-subscribe at i-turn on ang notification button para updated ka sa mga bagong lessons. Ako ang teacher mo, ang English teacher ni Juan. Class dismissed! See ya!